This is the prompt. Let's continue the setup. We are going to create the Microsoft Entra ID management system now. Let's see what Copilot creates for us. I asked for both API management system as well as a UI framework using the Microsoft stack. Sorry for the spellings. I was just because I want to vibe it. So it's creating the solution architecture here. Solution is getting created. Web API, core infrastructure, APIs and web APIs, okay. So it has embedded everything in a single solution. Great. Creating the DDO interfaces, code domain models for API request and response. Okay. It's creating the service interfaces now. So we got some errors which we can fix later. Let's enjoy the vibing now. To be noted here, I have selected the agent mode, which is very important. The beauty of the Copilot's agent mode is you can clearly clarify the entire project requirement. Basically, you can give an entire project requirement. So it's going to create everything for you from scratch. It's going to make a plan, create PBIs, and document the PBIs, implement those PBIs. So it's going to manage your board, everything from start to end of the project. That is all possible from the agent mode. Ask mode is like it's a normal browser based chats, right? One by one you need to keep editing it. This power you cannot see in the chat mode, like how we do Copilot with the Copilot or the chat GPTs or the LLMs, right? So that has a lot of restrictions because based on your license, I think it's not going to remember more than 30 for the free tier, and even for the payment tier it has some limits, and sometimes it's going to be misguided, right? So if you ask like 15-16 questions, or sometimes if you ask something little deviating, then it goes in that route, it forgets everything. So it's a difficult thing to do. But agent mode is like your developer, you're hiring a developer. It's a pair coding basically. That is what the beauty of AI is. We need to consider AI now as your peer developer. who can do 100 times faster than you, but under your supervision. Okay. Service layers. Okay, user service is creating. So I have given a very abstract requirement for this task. I said all possible things through these APIs endpoints, which we can do entire Microsoft Entra ID to manage entire Microsoft Entra ID features. Whatever is possible that can be done, and whatever is needed for an enterprise organization using the Microsoft Entra ID. Also create a website calling these APIs to manage all the endpoints with the relevant UI using the latest UI framework from the Microsoft stack. So I didn't specify specifically to use ASP.NET MVC using Razor. Let's see what it creates, because I want to know the latest recommended one. Okay, and also I just gave a theme to use Azure DevOps theme, like Azure boards. You might have seen the blue ones, right? The blue and white theme. So let's see. So program.cs profile, mapping profiles, it created. Okay, I think it's done almost with the APIs. Okay, still no, it has only user controller. Oh, it has chosen React application structure. Okay, that is fine, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it has chosen React. So it has created in React.js. It's creating the build pipeline now. Users and groups. Users and groups management, that's it. It is. User management and application management is also there. Creating applications, okay. Conditional access policies. Okay, policy management also it has. Role assignment, role-based management. Wow, it has covered many things. Interesting. Entra entities, Entra user, Entra group, Entra application, app role, required resource access, conditional access policies, policy conditions, policy grant controls, session control, directory roles, audit logs, audit actors, audit user, audit app, audit target. License. Licensing. Okay. Great. So these are all the user services, getting the users. Group services, application services, SaaS services, data role services, audit services, security services, license services, graph services, tenants. Great, it has, see how beautifully it has created. Entra entities, we already saw this. So what is happening with my chat? Okay, it is creating UI components. It's working on the UI components now. Group services, all the services it has created. Login component, layouts, dashboards, that is for the security services. Now it is creating application services, then I think after that it creates the UI for application services as well. Then it started with the group controllers, group services. Basically, you have hired a developer or you're working with a peer developer. It's a peer programming kind of stuff. In the next session, I'm planning to create a little more complex thing. So by the time let it go, I will discuss you what we are going to create it. Let's create some more complex. I have an idea to create an enterprise grade web application. Let's name it as a global compliance intelligent platform. So I'm telling the Copilot to use the Microsoft stack. So basically this application should be an intelligent tool which can ingest interpretation and monitoring also to be done for the global regulatory requirements across all the industries, geographies, like insurance in India, insurance in US, insurance in UK, Germany, Netherlands. So it should healthcare, like banking. So all the different sectors of all the different industries in different geographies. So every industry has standards, compliance standards. So what this tool does is it will have a regulation ingestion layer. What we have to do, we will upload and parts regulatory documents. So Azure, so we will be using Azure Form Recognizer and Text Analytics for extracting the rules, right? So I will have to format this more. Entity will not be sufficient. Here I have to say rules, clauses, right? I will edit this. Then we're going to build a graph-based model for regulations. Then a domain-specific geographies modules. This I think we can ignore because otherwise we have to enhance this prompt. Then assessment engine, rule engine basically, which should use Azure ML for predictive compliance. Remediation, it should suggest corrective actions and general audit trails like a checklist and reporting. So I think we need to be a little more specific. I will edit this. Anyway, we will see in the next session. Let's go back to our, it has to continue. It is doing some corrections as well. Something got corrupted, it seems. It's recreating. Directory role services. So basically it is implementing all the possible things that can be done to manage Active Directory objects. The newly Microsoft Entra ID. By the time it's creating, let's see and complete this session. So we already analyzed the services codes for a few of the things, right? Let's see graph service. This is basically the graph API calls. Group service, let's see the group service. Constructor, getting groups, all the groups. We are selecting the attributes and order by. And making a graph API call. Passing the token. Preparing the response. Pagination is also already there. So likewise, it calls similarly. I think it is yet to implement this service. Right? Let's see which service is going on. Directory role it has done. Let's see the directory services. Yeah, it refreshed now. Getting directories, making the directory roles. Git async call. This for directory roles. Get role by ID. Roles. Get role members. Assign users to role async. Remove users from the roles. Application service also done. Getting applications. by ID. What is the difference? There might be some difference in that. Creating the application. Updating an application. Deleting an app. Get application rules. Add application roles. Remove application rules. Generate clients and client secrets. That's interesting. For the application, it's going to generate the secret. Removing the secret from the application. Getting application assigned users. Get app users. Service get application principal for this application. Okay, service principal we need to pass. Then we get the users. Assign users to application. Again, service principals. We need to pass the service principal. Assign it. Unassign. Great. Audit service, I think it's yet to implement. SaaS is done. Get policies. Creating the policy, updating the, I think it's implementing still. Yeah, it's stuck somewhere. Yes, please continue. From the last 25 minutes, it is continuously working. I think let's stop this session. Let it create. Then we'll jump into the next requirement. Thank you so much.